Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the greatest show on planet Earth. Now, my authentic conspiratorial view of history postulates and points to the fact that the Democratic and Republican Party here in the United States of America was born out of the old Masonic rule of order called Ordo ab Chao, Latin for order out of chaos. These two entities were created and designed to advance the agenda of one demonic ruler. They have operated as the iron fist of coercion slipped into the satin glove of compassion. One shining example of this is the 40th President of the United States. They called him Ronald the Enchanter because he could put a spell on your mind and keep you optimistic even in the middle of their diabolical scheme. You see, Ronald Reagan was a United World Federalist for 13 years. He was with the LA Committee for Democratic Far Eastern Policy, which was associated with the Institute of Pacific Relations, which was deemed as an instrument of the Soviet Union. Ronald Reagan was seemingly so far left, he made Fidel Castro look like a member of the John Birch Society. What does all this mean? It means that you have been inducted unconsciously into their 666 #65 premature death program. You were inoculated with the invisible glass ceiling of the life expectancy retirement age of 65 that only allowed you and conditioned you to live a linear, external, reactive existence in a cesspool of fear, envy, and distrust, which systematically degenerates your body by 65 and have you to then pass on prior to 100. So regardless of your economic status or the success you think you have achieved in your life, under the 666 #65, their mark of the beast, your life storyline is still nothing but a poem of doom. My personal research and development confirms this conclusion. You see, my experience with most people in a modern-day aristocracy is similar to a conversation I had with Press Secretary Marlin Fitzwater during my tenure with the Bush White House. And it was obvious he only just led me to believe that he was interested in me and my solutions for social and economic challenges on the domestic and global plane by his response, which was somewhat muted. So I had to assert myself. Oh, Mr. Secretary, I wasn't the first to become appalled at the poverty and seemingly endless struggle and lack of direction that we find in most excellent men and excellent women on the planet today. Furthermore, I went on to accuse America of creating a culture of people who now just exemplify a platoon of loitering laborers who suffered drastically from an overdose of drift and inattention. That's aimlessness and conjecture, coupled with an awful lot of imbecilic preoccupations. They've only become a flaming collection of vain, bumbling, babbling buffoons living comfortably under the finest blanket of the 666 #65, which I outlined in my doctoral thesis that's published, which is called SPIN. That's the Selective Process Information Node. It's the highest form of mental, emotional, psychological genocide known to mankind. It is the ultimate mega-pandemic sectarianism plot from the Bavarian Order of the Illuminati. Having said that, you are invited and have been given an exclusive invitation to participate in the Last Crusade. What is that? That's our 777 #100+ regeneration program, which will allow you to expand your life expectancy beyond 100 and still only look 40. And this is coming to you via America Let's Talk Success Destination 2020 White House. Now, to understand the necessity of the Last Crusade, you just need to understand this short soliloquy about the First Crusade. The first crusade was given to us by the Knights Templars Masonic Lodge, which then gave us the Colombian faction of the Illuminati. Came to America, founded itself in the state of New York, which was from the Old York Reich in England, from the Duke of York to Old York, England, now to New York, the Empire State. And if you understand that, you know that Europe has dominated Western civilization for better than 1700 years. Thus, the power structure in Europe is symbolic of the old world order, which is the power structure of the old world. Then someone in their camp had an epiphany, and then comes the advent of a Christo Columbia, aka Christopher Columbus, as it was deemed necessary by them to then build a new power structure centered here in the United States of America, as then they would acclaim our country's chief executive, our president, as the leader of the free world. And this is what we have. We shall only live in gratitude for our unanimous declaration of the 13th United States of America, the Declaration of Independence that granted us life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, along with being on a path to the development of our God-given untapped potential. Hence, the greatest natural resource of America resides within the people who occupy the land. Thus it follows inescapably that the primary national goal to be pursued at all levels, private, local, state, and federal, must be the development of each individual to their fullest potential. So continue to search for knowledge and wisdom, which is as old as humanity itself, which is essential to the personal growth and development of our people and their future. And we would like to thank you for appearing on another segment of Let's Talk Success. And if I may leave you with this, my colleague and constituent, the international human growth and development mogul, the Texas billionaire Paul J. Meyer, and he said, whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. Thank you very much, everybody, and we approve of this message.